Yes.
I said, Ms. Johnson.
Never.
Okay, I think the yeses have it, so in no opposition. We move on to B, consider and/or recommend actions with regards to the 2021-2022 budget. Ms. Broussard.
Yes, in your packet, you received their proposed budget, and, the budget is balanced. So basically, all of the areas outside of payroll, I was able to do an 8% increase over what their actual numbers were for last year. So all of the areas will get an 8% increase over what they had, their actual numbers were for last year, after we plugged in salaries and benefits.
Okay. Any questions?
That means our MFP went up 8%.
No, our MFP didn't necessarily go up 8%, it was a combination of things. While our MFP did increase because of the raises and the grants absorbed their portion of the salary increases, that gave a little bit of room for us to give some increases in some other areas outside of salaries. And then we had the indirect cost from Head Start, ad valorem taxes saw a little increase.
Anybody else, any questions? Let's vote.
Motion, Dixon? Yeah, we got that.
Motion,
second?
Motion?
Motion by Ms. Dory.
Okay, and second by Mr. Richard. Let's vote. The yeses have it, no opposition. Okay, number 3, consider and/or recommend actions with regard to create the position of desegregation, compliance, and report officer. Mr. Blanchard.
Last month at the meeting, attorneys recommended this position to the board, and I'm putting it on the board formally as a position to be created. It would be for the remainder of the time that the desegregation case is ongoing. That person's sole responsibility would be part of the negotiating team with the new consent orders, monitoring, making sure everything's implemented, as well as reporting for the remaining consent orders.
Any questions?
Motion.
Okay, I have a motion by Steve.
I have one question. Is there a salary on that?
It's a supervisor salary because it's a 12-month position. A lot of the reporting that we do is during the summer.
Okay. Second.
Okay, second by Mr. James. Doria, let's vote. Okay. No one is supporting, everybody else is yes. Yes, okay. Let's go on to number 3. No, I think I
Before
need
you go that far, I noticed on the regular agenda, we have an item that's also in the committee recommendation. It would be item D. Consider or recommend action with regards to long term or to CNI or to CNI man.
I'm picking that up.
Oh, you feel me?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it is, I just wrote the item on the regular.
Okay.
Oh, and why, it couldn't be on the regular agenda?
No, it was on the regular agenda, but it wasn't on the finance committee. I noticed it was on the finance committee recommendation, but it's not on the regular finance committee meeting. So you want to move?
Is that everything?
There. On the board.
It's on vote.
Next.
That's what he's saying.
Okay.
No, it's not vote, but I'm gonna pull it off because that's what I talked to the attorney. Okay, so we're gonna go on to B. Oh, I can't do that one, Rich, you have to do it. 3B.
Okay. Consider recommended action regarding, discuss payment of delivery drivers and school food fund service office staff for the summer learning program. Ms. B. Johnson Johnson.
Okay, where's Ms. Payne?
Ms. Pam.
Yeah. I'd like for Ms. Payne to get up and talk because, she handles the ESSA money. And she had spoke to the 4 employees. And I think Mr. Allen had put it in the payroll, he told me. So I don't know what happened there, or do you wanna go first, Mr. Allen?
Ms. Pam wants to go first and
Okay,
do it if necessary.
okay. I could just stay here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, go up to the mic. Do you want?
You good?
Well,
Okay.
You can remove your mask when you speak.
okay. Basically, when we were preparing for our ESSER budget for summer learning, is one of the categories. Each department had to submit a budget that was, whether it was transportation, curriculum, food service. So each department submitted a budget. In the budget that was submitted by the food service supervisor, which is Ms. Lucretia, involved the 2 delivery drivers as well as, district staff, one who facilitates Head Start lunch program, assists Ms. Lucretia, and the other one for just our lunch program. And so I assumed that because it was in the budget, that the gentleman, these 4 employees would be compensated. But however, it was only approved, Mr. Al, could you kind of finish that?
What was put on the agenda was for the teachers, assistant principals, bus drivers, and custodians. It was not included in the motion that came before the board. They were not approved to be compensated for it.
When you say that, you mean not paid at all?
Correct.
I'll make a motion. What do you have?
Well, you know, Mr. Evans said, not, but when we received it at the board, was that particular item that was submitted by the food nutrition supervisor in our board package?
The item that we submitted at the time, as Ms. Pam said, was a miscommunication with it. We put on there all the people at the schools that were required. Okay, so these individuals were not approved to be paid at that time.
But these individuals, it sounds to me like they were under the impression all that time that they were going to get paid, and they utilized maybe some of that extra time to, you know.
How many drivers for?
Right here.
They also lost their vacation, and they had surgery, they had appointment, so they had to cancel all of that. Because they had to work and stuff.
So they worked, so they worked the summer?
But they are paid for 12 months.
Huh?
They're 12-month employees, they would have been working anyway.
Can we let them speak and say what they heard, what they told? Because they worked already. And they just found out that their salary, they wasn't getting paid for. And they were told that they were going to get paid. They already worked already. So to me, y'all supposed to pay them. And that was a miscommunication, but they are worked already.
I agree with Ms. Edna. If they were promised and it was in the budget, you know, the food, service deal in the summer is not part of the school nutrition deal. You know, it's a little extra. So these guys could have been fishing somewhere, you know? They gave up their time to be there, and, I think we ought to give what was promised.
Who promised them that? We did.
The supervisor. She was discussing it with them.
Any time worked outside of their normal 242 days, I agree, should be compensated, but they are compensated for 242 days. And while they may be working the summer programs, they're not working the regular lunch program during the summer. So there's a lot of people that did summer learning work during their 12 months of employment. So yes, I agree. If they worked outside of their scheduled days, they absolutely should be compensated for that time. But any time worked during their normal working hours, they've already been paid for. We can't pay them twice for the same, for work that they're already
More than
being compensated.
242 days?
They're compensated for 200.
Did they work more?
If they did,
They did.
In their case, they did, in disrespect, they worked several Fridays, is that correct?
That's correct.
I believe that they talking about this, the essence of my life.
And both gentlemen had vacation days, you know, you lose it after July first. So both of them lost, instead of taking vacation, they worked, so they lost their vacation days. It's one of the issues we had.
Still, the other thing too, it is said that we work, what was offered to us, you know, something that we wanted to do. We helped make the program work. We ended up in Baton Rouge one day. I'm at the warehouse, and it was 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon to make sure everybody had what they needed. We made that program work. And after everything that was said to us, and we kept questioning things. We kept asking about it. If we saw something wrong, we even wanted to cover our trail with a paper trail, but it didn't happen. But we believed in people and the integrity of other people that we thought, or we knew we was going to do. I mean, even 12 months of still was not people.
Yeah.
That's double digits.
And one question.
12 months of students got people. Even though we 12 months, we went far and beyond what we had to do. And I mean, I gave up things because I wanted to be part of it and for the money. Yeah,
Are there examples where people got paid
We ain't talking about that, but
and
money
they were long-term employees?
right, but you're also talking about there are several other employees that work extra above and beyond what they would normally work in the summer because of the summer learning program. It was a lot, big undertaking for several people. And so to compensate some additional and some not,
Well,
I think it's a one or all, or you pay them just for the extra time work. You have to find a balance.
I'm at this go. If they were promised, others wasn't promised. Majority of the people who's a historian, knew they were.
Right, but they were promised by somebody that didn't have the authority to promise that to them. That was not approved by the superintendent or the board.
Mr. Steve. The budget was for them to be paid from the program. And I think they ought to get paid because if it was a mistake, don't do it again.
Yes.
You know? I mean, these guys gave up their vacation. They could have been fishing, like I said, you know? I think they're the ones that made the program go.
right, and I gave a lot more than vacation, but the thing is, I worked, because we went out there and we worked, put it out there. We helped the program.
Can you give us an estimate how many days you went past 242 days?
We did 7 weeks.
Several weeks, sir?
The whole
So we did the whole summer.
Almost.
Even when, we was off on Friday, we worked Friday.
Okay.
We got a motion by Ms. Vito.
The whole thing about it is, we were promised, we were told we would get paid for this.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
We have a motion by Ms. Vito.
It's for discussion only.
Mrs. Steve.
I'd like to
You got the
know
floor.
how much it's gonna cost us. Not just for dance, but for the others, they're gonna account for that money, you know that.
Well,
How much money that's gonna cost us?
Anybody else that comes was not figured in the budget.
And they didn't
The
promise.
money was figured in the budget for.
It's not a money promise.
Delivered.
It's not,
Well, they did the job. So to me, they should get paid for it. That shouldn't have been a promise, you know? Next time you'll sign a paper saying that, because maybe the person that told them thought it was going to be in the budget, and that's why the person told them. So they're assuming that the person knew what they were saying, and then the person found out that they were not going to get paid, and that's not right, because they already did the job. I'm not talking about whoever next to work in the summer, but they worked in the summer.
I want to say a little bit, Ray.
Go ahead.
You got other people in the parish that have worked extra this summer that got paid. Coaches, whatever, extra stuff.
You know?
These guys went over their time, they did over, they need to get paid for. That's what
That's what I say
I
too.
agree with that.
I agree.
We got a motion by Ms. Vito, second by Mr. Steve,
Yes.
vote. Well,
We'd like to waive the policy
you have
to
to.
vote on it. Okay,
It's a discussion only.
because, okay,
There's
when,
discussion on it, right?
why was it put on the agenda as a discussion?
This is the first time it's brought up.
Now you can.
Okay, so when a board member puts something on, it's different from when you or when they put something on. So in other words, I have to let you put it on, so it can pass. That's what you're
Right,
telling
because
me?
then vote on the same night.
Same night.
Right. So what first we want to do is we want to suspend the policy of the board and it takes us 2/3 vote.
Okay,
Yes, you need a motion first to suspend, like Mr.
Yeah,
Coche said.
So you can make a motion to suspend the policy.
yes, motion.
Second by Mr. Steve. Vote.
And this is for what?
That's to suspend the policy.
So you can vote tonight.
2/3 vote.
Not a permanent policy, just.
No, it's just temporary, yeah, it's always,
Okay,
yeah,
just
it never
for
goes
one
down.
case.
We need one more, okay.
Yeah.
Motion passed. Okay, so we have a motion by Mr. Vito, second by Mr. Steve, to, pay these individuals. All in favor? Vote.
Vote again.
Well, you gotta vote.
Hold on, motion, right? On the motion.
Well, yes, for me, it's not working.
Okay.
You got a point,
Five, four.
pressure,
And nays?
no. Keep it
3 times?
Yeah.
Mr.
And
Mark
keep it pressed.
voted no.
Any nays?
Mr.
Then
Mark
motion
voted no on the, to do the, policy.
Yeah, I asked if there's any nays.
I know, as I'm telling you, Mr. Mark voted no.
Okay.
You still have it, it's still 6-2 at that point.
Yeah. Okay, Ms.
You
Vito.
voted to suspend policy.
I need a motion to close the meeting.
Motion.
Motion by Steve, second by Mr. Jacobs.
Are you ready? Well, being that we just had the prayer of allegiance, we'll suspend that and go straight to the agenda. That's all right, everybody? Announcements and acclamations.
No announcements.
Okay. And acclamations. Okay. Subscript employee of the month.
I don't see our employee of the month here, but our employee of the month this month is Ms. Mary Journey. Mr. Black. Oh, okay. One of y'all can get her.
Then come on in here. You know, we're all over.
Our employee of the month is Ms. Mary Journey. Most of you know her.
Yes.
Been here for quite a while. Ms. Mary does all of our home visits in the district. This year, the last couple of years actually, especially, she's been doing a lot of them. She's on the road, sometimes at 6 o'clock in the morning, going to do home visits, sometimes late in the evening, because that's when parents can meet with her. Puts a lot of mileage on that little car she's got, and she's not afraid to go anywhere. Her stories are her being chased by dogs, getting stuck in people's driveways and having to call for somebody to come pull her out. So she's a very valuable asset to the school. Whenever we need somebody to go out to a home or just about any purpose, she's the person that goes and does it. She also has a knack for working with people, and people trust her, let her into their homes and provide whatever documentation is necessary. So Ms. Mary, congratulations.
Good job.
Okay, is there any additional deletion to the agenda? If none, we will move on to the consent agenda. Is there any item need to be removed for discussion? None? We know, we need a motion from A to K. Motion by Mr. Pucci, second by Mr. Steve, all in favor? Vote. Any nays? The motion carried. Finance Committee recommendation. We will take item A to B. Need a motion? Motion by Mr. Pucci, second by Mr. Dorian, all in favor? Vote.
Yes, A through C, right?
Yeah, A to C. D was removed.
I would no on C.
Yes. Okay. And the other items we, voted on in the finance committee, which was item,
To act tonight,
D.
to
Right.
allow it to be active
Right.
tonight, right?
Exactly.
You got me at when? I will go and see.
Okay, any nays? Motion carried. Only one nay on motion C. New business. Item A. Consider approve up to 8 days of COVID leave for employees.
Okay, last year the board, well, the state, and federal government had a lot of policy for COVID leave, it was 10 days. That terminated on June 30. This year, we're again being hit pretty hard with COVID. We have employees that are in quarantine. And when they're quarantined, we're asking them to go home and teach from home using Google Classroom. So if many of them are still working because they're having to teach from home. So I've gotten with other superintendents and we came up with this. Most people are in the same ballpark as us. I'm recommending that we allow the employees up to 8 days of COVID leave if they get sick or exposed. And this would be through December 31st. We would revisit it in December if necessary.
So moved. Okay. Motion by Mr. Black, second by Mr. Dory. Vote.
Yes.
Any nays? Then motion carried. I want to ask a question. That includes employees who have been vaccinated?
That's correct. What most districts are doing is this regardless of vaccination.
Okay. B, we need to open, our meeting to the public for hearing, approve our budget. Anyone, have any question about the budget? Come forward. If not, we'll move to item C. Consider approve finance committee recommendation for adoption of the budget for the general and special revenue fund for the year ending June 30th, 2022. Ms. Broussard.
And this is just a formal action that we need to
Okay.
adopt.
We need a motion. Motion by Mr. Dory, second by Mr. Pucci. Vote. Any nays? Then motion approved. board member request. I removed both items. I just spoke to Mr. Blanchard late. I thought he was going to call it Thursday.
Do we have anything in
Oh,
executive
man.
session? I have a couple of, yeah, we have two things in executive session. Motion to do an executive session.
Second by Mr. Steve, all in favor? Nay, moving to the executive session.
Mr. Blanchard, we have Mr. Abear. You gonna call him or
I'll call them on.
you gonna call him?
And get them
Okay.
Yes, this is investigation. This case.
I'll go see if Miss Christie's here. I told her 4:30.
Is it necessary? Because of that.
Well, no, I don't know right now. Send me an email. Or it's gonna be They took that off, no action on that.